Thanks for tuning in, movie fans. This week's offers you can't refuse happen to fall on the same release date of a movie I've really been looking forward to. The Killer, directed by David Fincher and starring Michael Fassbender, dropped on Netflix today. So to mark the occasion, I'm suggesting 3 of Fincher's other films. And just to show you how good he is, these aren't even his best. First up, to prove I'm not just blowing smoke, check out The Game. Michael Douglas plays a wealthy businessman who agrees to participate in a mysterious adventure. This is a waterfall of twists up until the very end. It's one of David Fincher's earlier films, solidifying him as a go-to thriller director. It's his very precise use of light and sound that keeps you in the palm of his hand. My favorite line is from Douglas when he's pushed to his limit. He surprises a carjacker with a gun and says, "I'm very fragile right now." Moving on, age is a character basically in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Brad Pitt plays a man born aging in reverse, so he's like in his 70s here, and he probably will actually look like this in his 70s. What's masterful about this is how Fincher makes every scene feel like it could be the end of the movie. It creates a constant tug on your emotions throughout the entire 2-hour, 46-minute runtime, and it fits the theme of the film very well. My favorite line is one you'll hear several times: "You never know what's coming for you." And last, prepare for the testimony of the guy who created Facebook and the social network. Again, directed by one of my favorite directors, written by one of my favorite writers, but I feel queasy every time I watch this movie because of the story. The story is typical. A guy can't get a girlfriend, so he basically sells his soul in order to do so. What makes this story different is it happened at a time where the whole world, especially college campuses, had filled with people willing to do the same thing. Aaron Sorkin's script does a great job unraveling to the root of why Mark Zuckerberg made Facebook. It wasn't to make billions, it wasn't even to be cool, because that was never going to happen, but it was all over a girl, or all of them. My favorite line is Sean Parker's, played by Justin Timberlake. He says, "We lived on farms, then we lived in cities, and now we're going to live on the internet." And here's where you can stream this week's choices. The Game is on Tubi, and it's free with ads. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is on Showtime, and The Social Network is streaming on Netflix. And that's this week's watch list. If you've seen those, like them, and want more of David Fincher's work, again, The Killer is now on Netflix. And for more of my movie recommendations, hit up our spot on WCBI.com. I'll be back next week with 3 more. Until then, as always, leave the criticism, take the cannoli.